Women are the mirror to the world. The way women treat you tells you everything you need to know about you. We can complain about women all day long, but I'll sit here and say that women definitely shoot their shot, and women are definitely loyal, and they'll clean your room, and they'll make you coffee, and they'll do anything you say. That's what I'll say, and people will go, oh, only for you. Well, why is that? Because I'm highly achieved. If you want to sit at home and be a loser and be a nobody and not try and not dedicate yourself and not suffer, and then you expect some hot girl with all the choices in the world to choose you, well then you're a dipshit and you deserve to be cheated on and left. We're men, you have to take accountability for all these things. What do you mean rejected by a girl? I don't get rejected by girls, why? This is an interesting question. A guy will come up to me and go, girls reject me. I'll say, okay. Well, they don't reject me. He goes, oh, that's because you're big, strong, rich, and famous. Well, then you have the answer. Get big, strong, rich, and famous. Why are you a skinny little pussy? Every single thing that happens to you in your life, you absolutely, completely deserve, including that woman cheating. There are some complete whores, but then, if you're dating a girl who's a complete hoe who will cheat on absolutely every single man she's ever with, why are you even with her? You're falling in love with tramps, and then you're emailing me for advice. There's plenty of good girls out there that will never cheat. You just can't get them because you're a pussy. I can't sit here and say, here's what you say, bro. Here's the magic word to make her blind and dumb. Perhaps if you looked in the mirror, you can identify exactly why she did it. You can look in the mirror and say, was this actually my fault? You have to sit there and say, every single thing that happens in my life is my fault. Even if it feels like it's not. Why are you falling in love with a girl who doesn't obey you? Because you have no other options. Whose fault's that? Yours. You're asking me about girls, and you're worried about girl cheating. Bro, you're poor, you are broke, and you are weak. You have bigger concerns to address. If you get your shit right, it's amazing how quickly everything else falls into place. If you're good at business, and you're good with people, and you're good, your body's in good shape, and you're charismatic, and you're smart, and you're interesting, kind of fucking yacht, and a Bugatti, and a jet, guess what? You can't get rid of them if you get your shit right. But of course, if you're gonna sit there and only focus on the girls with none of the other stuff, DMing them all day. This obsession with girls, bro, girls are a mirror. Girls will tell you everything you need to know about who you are, and you need to start listening to what you need to listen to the feedback. You can't blame women for trying to get the best they can get. So you have two choices. You can either cry your eyes out about it, or live in some delusion where you think I'm gonna give you advice that's gonna stop you from being a pussy, or you can compete. When you compete in anything, how do you do it? Self-accountability. What did I do right? What did I do wrong? You should be doing that in your life with everything. When's the last time you looked yourself in the mirror and said, okay, am I the best version of myself? Could I do better? The answer is always yes, I could do better, of course I could. What about me would even be attractive to a girl? Or if a girl's acting a certain way or she ain't listening to you, why isn't she listening to me? But most people don't want to self-reflect, they want to blame the women. So you have women with all these choices on their plate, and you have the men who basically are so busy doing other fantastic things they don't want the women who are getting them. The men who are getting the women are the men like me who don't really even want them. I don't want to hang out with a bunch of girls, it's boring. I wake up and I'd rather make money, do interesting, big, important things than sit around having date night. Obviously you have romantic interests with a female, obviously you want progeny and children, obviously we all feel love. I understand all of that. But if you're a man who's truly busy in your empire building, you don't want to sit around with girls all day. You don't want to hang out with girls as your best friend. I wake up every day, I'm with my brother, I'm with my guys, we have an empire, we have work to do, we have very important things to achieve, we work all the time. My girlfriend's around sometimes, but there's none of this, me and my girlfriend are best friends, let's hold hands, let's watch movies, we have the same interests that is gay. Those hot girls end up on our yachts, we're not chasing them, we're not hanging out with them as friends, we don't care. How do you do this? How does this happen? Yeah, it takes hard work, it also takes a degree of luck. Where does the luck come from? It comes from God. What makes God like you? God likes you when you try. You're crying over that bitch who left you. You're not using it to be the best version of yourself. You're not using it to get as rich and powerful as possible. You're not using it for anything. And you expect God to make you lucky? I've spoken to dudes and like, yeah, you know, I had a bad couple months. My girl left me. You've wasted months? Think of how much God loves you to have given you the grace and given you the opportunity to waste months of human time over some chick. If I waste months, empires are going to collapse. I can't waste a second. There are men out here who fail daily, and they have yet to feel the true consequence for it. They go through life missing every opportunity and just failing. And God is so giving and so graceful that they still have a place to eat, and they're still surviving. If you give someone a Ferrari and they look after it perfectly, you're happy. If you give someone a Ferrari and see it the next day, it's got cigarette butts, it's treated like shit. Would you be happy you gave him a Ferrari? God gave you a consciousness, He gave you a body, He gave you a mind, and you're not even using it. Wouldn't he give it to his soldiers who dedicate themselves and try? Wouldn't he think, you know what, that Tate, he's been through something, and he will not quit. He's never moaned. He's never felt sorry for himself. He's never complained. He got up every day and worked. Let's give him some luck. What about this guy? Always has a problem, always feels sorry for himself, always needs motivation, everything's everyone else's fault. Does he deserve any of the luck I have in my pocket? You make your own luck. There's no such thing as working too hard. You'd be amazed how if you just do work, how amazing things happen. Because I will tell you, as a man who was poor 15 years ago, now, me as a successful man, when I see the average man not trying, I feel distaste. I was broke not too long ago. You deserve exactly what you're getting. People often say to me, oh, but Tate, you're lucky, you're a kickboxer, and you were talented. Yeah, I was talented, but I didn't find out I was talented until I was disciplined. If I wasn't disciplined enough to train, I would have never seen my talent. Discipline teaches you all about yourself. It teaches you what you really have. You know, there's a whole bunch of people out there that might be the best pianist in the world, but they've never had the discipline to learn piano. So nobody knows. I make millions and millions of dollars, and people look at me and go, oh, but how? And I'm like, what do you mean how? Do the right things every day like you're supposed to, on time, every day, and life usually comes together. I really believe that. A lot of people agree with this, and a lot of people say this, but it's very rare to meet someone who's serious about it. If you're truly serious about brute willpower, you can achieve anything.
So here's one of the key questions of the evening. Starting tomorrow, what are you going to do that'll make a change in your life's direction? Now see, if you don't do something starting tomorrow that'll make a difference, guess what? It's gonna be the same. And see, that way you can guess what the next 5 years are gonna be like. Look at the last 5. Unless you made your key tomorrow, change it all. Or change something, or don't change. It's choice time. You can do whatever you want. But it's nice to know any day you wish you can change your whole life. What can you do with economic chaos, massive disappointment? What can you do with a broken heart? What can you do when it won't work? I think my personal advice to you would be, reach down inside of you and then change anything for you want to change. And I challenge you to do that because you can change. If you don't like how it is for you, change it. If it doesn't suit you, change it. If it isn't enough, change it. And I challenge you to do that because you can change. See, you don't ever have to be the same again after tonight, only by choice. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. What does it take to really make the changes starting tomorrow? It takes more than philosophical pronouncement. It also takes more than enthusiasm. I know we're hearing a lot about enthusiasm these days, but see, that just won't do the job. To be enthusiastic, you must act enthusiastic. After you have leaped about, there are some things you've got to do, or it isn't going to change. See, you can get all excited about lifting 200 pounds till you get to the gym, and then you need a new excitement. And the new excitement is called discipline. If there's one thing to get excited over, that's it. Get excited over your ability to make yourself do the necessary things. What could you make yourself do starting tomorrow that would change it all? No! Tell. On any given day, you can massively change the direction of your life. Now that's exciting.
Discipline is the foundation of every great success story. It is the secret weapon of the unstoppable. The key that unlocks doors others never even reach. You can have talent, intelligence, and ambition, but without discipline, none of it matters. Because discipline is what keeps you going when motivation fades, when challenges arise, and when life knocks you down. It is what separates the dreamers from the doers, the ordinary from the extraordinary, and the successful from those who fall short. Discipline is not about how you feel, it is about what you do. It is showing up every single day, putting in the work, and refusing to settle for anything less than your best. It is about making sacrifices today so you can reap the rewards tomorrow. It is about saying no to distractions, no to excuses, and no to anything that keeps you from becoming who you were meant to be. When you lack discipline, you become a slave to your impulses. You give in to laziness, procrastination, and fear. But when you master discipline, you become the master of your fate. You control your time, your energy, and your destiny. Most people will never reach their full potential, not because they aren't capable, but because they aren't willing to do what it takes. They quit when it gets hard. They stop when they don't feel like it. They allow temporary discomfort to dictate their future. But the greats, the ones who truly succeed, they understand that discipline is the price of greatness. They know that success isn't given, it's earned through sweat, struggle, and relentless effort. Think about every successful person you admire. Whether it's an athlete, an entrepreneur, or a leader, they didn't get there by accident. They got there because they committed themselves to a standard of excellence. They did the hard work when no one was watching. They trained their minds and bodies to endure pain, to embrace discomfort, and to push forward when everyone else would quit. They didn't let their feelings dictate their actions. They built habits that propelled them forward even when motivation was nowhere to be found. That is the difference between winning and losing, between success and mediocrity, between those who achieve their dreams and those who spend their lives wishing. Discipline is the difference maker. It is the X factor that determines whether you will rise or fall. It is not something you are born with. It is something you build. It is a muscle that must be strengthened daily through repetition, commitment, and an unshakable refusal to give up. Discipline means doing the work when you don't feel like it. It means waking up early when your body begs for more sleep. It means staying in and grinding when your friends are out partying. It means sacrificing short-term pleasure for long-term success. It means staying locked in, focused, and committed, even when progress seems slow, even when the results are invisible, even when no one else believes in you. Because discipline is not about what happens overnight, it's about what happens over time. It is about consistency, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of your goals. There will be days when you want to quit, days when you feel like nothing is working, days when you question why you even started. But that is exactly when discipline must take over. Because the ones who win in life are not the ones who never struggle. They are the ones who refuse to stop. They push through the pain, the setbacks, the failures, and the disappointments. They stay focused on their vision, knowing that every ounce of effort, every sacrifice, and every disciplined action is bringing them one step closer to success. If you truly want to change your life, you must master discipline. Not just once in a while, not just when it's convenient, but every single day. You must condition yourself to do what needs to be done no matter what. You must be willing to outwork everyone, to outlast everyone, and to do whatever it takes to succeed. Because at the end of the day, it's not the most talented, the most gifted, or the most privileged who win. It's the ones who refuse to quit. It's the ones who put in the work, who show up consistently, who push past every obstacle, and who demand excellence from themselves in everything they do. So stop waiting. Stop making excuses. Stop hoping success will somehow come to you. It won't. It never will. Success belongs to those who are willing to pay the price. And that price is discipline. That price is sacrifice. That price is relentless commitment to the process.